Ladies and gentlemen, we are excited to share the latest Salesforce innovations with you, which means we may talk about future-looking products and services. Because future-looking statements are inherently subject to risk and uncertainty, our reminder is that you should make any purchasing or investment decisions based on products that are currently commercially available.
All right. Welcome to the Customer Success Keynote. And I was worried we weren't going to be able to fill the room on Thursday afternoon, day 3 of a keynote. So thank you all for being here. This is incredible. I'm really, really excited. My name is Brian Millham, and I am the new president of our Customer Success organization. I'm thrilled to be here. 19 years with the company. 19 years with the company. I just celebrated my 19th anniversary, and I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of change at this company. I've seen a lot of growth. I've seen a lot of evolution. I've seen a lot of innovation. But the one thing that has never changed at this company is our commitment to customer success. It's the foundation from which we were built and is our #1 value today. We're excited to share with you how you as customers can get even more value from the investment that you're making in today's session. But before I go on, before I make any more comments, I want to thank you. I want to thank all of you for the commitments you've made to Salesforce over the years, the commitment like being here this week and sharing all your ideas with us, the commitment and loyalty you've shown since we started this company way back in '99, and the commitment you've made to forcing us to be better at what we do every single day. There are a group of customers in the room I'd also like to thank. And this idea came from something we started a long time ago at Salesforce. And it was actually an employee program that we ran called Employee Koa Club. And the Employee Koa Club was about rewarding employees who'd been with the company for longer than 10 years. And we'd celebrate them and we'd reward them and give them trophies and give them more time off so they could go do more VTO hours that they wanted to give back in the community. We'd also give them little surfboards on their desks so they could be proud of the fact they've been with the company for 10 years. And just this past year, we realized, why are we not celebrating this with our Ohana, our customer group? So this year, I'd like to celebrate that group of customers who've been with us for 10 years, our customer Koa. Please give them a round of applause. You can see many of them here actually sitting here, and they've got these great jackets on. Can you guys stand up and show everybody your very cool swaggy jackets you got on? Really amazing. Thank you guys. Huge gratitude from all of us at Salesforce for your commitment. Really, really appreciate it. There's a customer that's part of our customer Koa group that I'd like to highlight right now, and that customer is SunTrust. SunTrust has actually been with us for 15 years, actually almost 16 years as a customer. And I remember it distinctly when we signed up SunTrust way back in 2003. I wasn't part of the account team, but I remember it distinctly because it was the first time we'd signed up a financial services company. We're finally breaking into a brand new market, and it was one of the few enterprise companies that we were able to win as a customer. And SunTrust gave us the confidence that we no longer just had to sell to small and mid-sized companies, but we could sell to the largest enterprises in the world, and we could go attack that market that's so big, financial services. So first, I'd like to thank SunTrust and the SunTrust team that's here. I'd like to recognize them. And I'd like to bring up Chad Ely, SVP and Head of Service and Sales Technology at SunTrust. Chad, please join me on stage. Thanks for being here. I know you guys have had a busy week, Chad, so really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you.
Yes.
You shared with me yesterday the story of SunTrust from way back in 2003. Can you paint a picture for the audience what SunTrust looked like when we first won you as a customer in 2003?
Yeah, when I learned that I was going to be on stage being recognized as a 15-year partner of yours, I really struggled to kind of paint the picture of where we're at in the world, let alone where we're at SunTrust. To kind of set the stage here, 2003, so 2 years post 9/11, the year, or Facebook wasn't even around yet. Facebook wouldn't be invented until the next year. The iPhone wasn't even for 4 more years after that.
That's right.
So the world has changed, technology has changed, banking has changed. In 2003, SunTrust retail footprint spans 6 states, 1,200 branches. From a CRM perspective, we had CRM applications or CRM-like applications. But in 2003, we became a Salesforce trailblazer and embarked on the journey with you guys and became the first enterprise bank to leverage the platform, and which was also our first step into cloud computing.
It's awesome. Well, thank you. It's sort of interesting now to think about you sort of putting your toe in the water with cloud way back in 2003. It's ubiquitous today, but back then it was seen as unique. Tell us over the last 15 years how we helped you guys scale your organization, both from an efficiency perspective and a growth perspective.
All right. SunTrust is a different bank than we were 15 years ago. Our purpose has remained the same, but our retail footprint has doubled in size. We continue to expand on our national outreach and the offerings that we provide. But during this time of growth, we've seen a really interesting thing transpire in the banking industry, and it's really a change that is one for our generation, right? And how our customers are deciding how they want to bank with us. So digital channels, right? A lot of people are not going to the traditional brick and mortar in the branches anymore, and we've had to do a lot of investments in our digital offerings. But like we've done a lot of investments in digital, we've also invested a lot of energy behind the applications and tools that we provide our own teammates to serve our clients. As such, this is where Salesforce comes into the picture. In our wholesale bank, we leverage it for our loan originations. It's a core of our private wealth advisory. We leverage it in mortgage, in our premier banking, and across the enterprise and our corporate functions.
That's great. It's an incredible story of growth. Any particular moments during our tenure together that you remember about Salesforce and how we've helped you guys?
Yeah, there's a couple things. The first thing that comes to my mind is just like we were trailblazers in 2003, I feel like we were a trailblazer again in 2016 as we embarked on a journey with nCino and becoming the first enterprise bank to leverage their platform as well. The second thing, maybe not so much of a memory or a moment, but something that we're doing today, and we're imagining how we're going to transform our consumer bank leveraging Financial Services Cloud.
Well, that's great, and I can't thank you enough, Chad, for all that you've done for Salesforce and guiding us. And before you leave the stage, we have a little gift for you to represent a thank you. Give you a surfboard. This is not one of those desktop surfboards. No, you get the real McCoy here.
Thank you, sir.
Chad's from Atlanta, so it's really going to work well in Atlanta there. I'm sure he's going to a lot of waves to catch in Atlanta. But Chad and the SunTrust team, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. As many of you know, we launched on this journey really transforming success. We thought about the way we engage our customers, and we delivered a new business model and a new technology model to our customers way back in '99. I remember I was one of the first salespeople here at the company, and we'd hone our skills, and we'd get on the phone with our customers, and we'd tell them about a subscription model that was really focused on the joint success of our companies. We'd store your data, we'd manage it. It was a monthly subscription. And then there was a new technology model as well a new technology model that allowed for 3 upgrades a year. It was multi-tenant. It was going to be incredible. People would hang up on us. They're like, what are you talking about? This will never work. It's now become a standard in the industry because it is this mutual success between our companies. We had a new success model. No one had hired people into their organizations that focused solely on ensuring that the customer was getting the value from the products that they bought. Mark Benioff likes to say that he was the first success manager at Salesforce. It is not true, but we'll let him believe that because he's the CEO. It's totally fine. And then just 3 years ago, a new learning model. We heard from our customers how they really wanted to see us help them skill their employees. They had skill gaps. They were moving fast. Technology was moving quickly. And we delivered Trailhead, and has exceeded so many of our expectations, aggressive growth goals that we put out there, and over 10 million badges earned during that time. It's an incredible achievement by our technology team. But we're constantly out there listening. We're listening to our customers about what you want to see from us. We want to deliver the next generation of customer success. It's part of our DNA. It's part of how we operate. We want to listen to all of our customers. And we've heard a lot from you over the last couple of years. You heard Parker in the keynote on Tuesday talk about integration as a really important strategy as we go forward. Customers telling us, I love your sales technology and service technology. I love what you're doing in Marketing Cloud and Commerce Cloud, but these technologies need to talk to one another. I need one data model, only one data model, so I can see all customer interactions across the platform. Thankfully, Parker and team and Srini, who I see is here today, so he can back me up on their commitment to deliver integration. So really excited to do that. Something else was a little bit concerning. I got to be honest, I was out talking to customers when I was on the sales side and met with a lot of customers this week. Salesforce is becoming a little difficult to do business with. We've heard it multiple times. We got to own that and say that we're going to get better at the things that we're doing. Simpler policies, easier contracts. We've acquired a lot of companies. We don't want to be putting 4 or 5 different contracts in front of you, a single contract to make it easier to do business. And pricing, be more transparent about the pricing. Put it on your website, and we plan to do that as a company. We're going to deliver that for you. But the piece that falls squarely on my shoulders and my team's shoulders, I'm not going to own this alone. I've got 7,000 people in our organization. They're here to deliver success for all of you, is to deliver faster business value. This is an important aspect, and we keep hearing it from our customers. We're making big investments in Salesforce. Help me calculate the value that I'm going to get back from the investments we're making. Simple things like, let's create a console that shows you what products you've used or you've purchased and how are you using them. What are the features and functions that are driving great adoption, and where do you have gaps? How do we give you recommendations on things that you can do to make that adoption even better? And how do you compare yourselves against others in the market? What does great look like? We should be providing benchmarking for all of our customers who can look across their peer groups, whether that's by industry or product used or segment or region of the world. How do I compare my use of the technology to others in the regions and the markets? These are just some of our ideas. Honestly, we are always listening. This is not an exhaustive list. And I say to all of you in the audience today, please go to this URL, sfdc.co Next Gen Success, and give us your feedback. We want to know the things that we should be doing differently as we engage with you across the next generation of customer success. So I'm excited to tell you that we have some things that we're doing today. It's not the next generation, it's this generation. And we have someone who's going to join us today on stage. She's a good friend, recently promoted, the SVP of Adoption, Jamie Dominici. Jamie, come on up.
Thank you. Thanks, Ryan. Oh, we're hugging it out. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks. And I feel like everybody just celebrated my promotion, so thank you for that. Wasn't expecting it. Okay, we've all been here for a few days, right? We've heard some pretty awesome stories. Think back 2 days ago when we were in the keynote. I know it feels like a week, but it was 2 days ago when we heard from Unilever. And they told us, look, we have 2.5 billion customer transactions every day. Help us. Bring it into one platform. Help us make sense of it. But it's not just the Unilevers. So recently, I was in Australia. Any Aussies here? Yes, okay. So there, I met with Home Ice Cream. You guys know Home? It's great ice cream, local brand, 4th generation family-run small business. And Brendan, the grandson, came to us and he said, look, we have a great product, great ice cream, but that alone isn't enough anymore. We need to build out a huge distribution network, and we don't know how to do it. Both of these companies, they have something in common, Unilever and Home Ice Cream. It's not just the ice cream, I know, Ben & Jerry's, but that's not all it is. They came to Salesforce looking for great technology. But they also stayed with Salesforce because they needed a partner. They wanted someone to go on the journey with them. And with the Success Cloud, that is what we do. We are here for you. Your success is it's our success. And you're thinking, okay, that's very nice. How do you do that? And with all these tools, we have all of these things to help you be successful. With Trailhead, we have millions of trails that you can take. But it's not just that. We have accelerators where you can meet one-on-one and get expert advice so you can go faster. And speaking of experts, if you need an expert, we have them. We have Salesforce experts that you can embed into your company to go on the journey with you. My goal for today is, one, I want you to know all the tools that we have out there. And two, I want you to use them. I want every one of you to leave here today knowing a little bit more what we have, and then what your toolbox looks like. What are you going to use, and how are you going to be successful with us, with our help? Sound good? Are you excited? COA members? You can get excited. Okay, how are we going to do it? Well, over 19 years talking to 150,000 customers, we've learned a thing or two. You guys, you have a lot in common. 3 of the most common scenarios of why people come to us are right here. These are our chapters. 1, people want to learn. We hear from customers day in, day out, please teach us how to get the most out of our implementation. Have you ever felt that way? A little bit? So that's why you're here? Maybe. Okay, 2, we hear this one a lot. Help us adopt. Now that I've invested, how do I get every person in my organization using the software? I need to get the return on my investment. Help me. 3, I'm telling you, a lot of you out there are like the Home Ice Creams of the world or the Unilevers, and the world is changing. In the 4th industrial revolution, everything's digital, customers want more, and so we're hearing from you, help us transform. How do we do that? Well, today we're going to tell you, our goal is to give you actionable ways to take out, you go home, and you can start on any of these 3 paths. Let's start with learning. The thing about learning, it's a journey. No, the thing about learning is we have a lot of things that are out of the box, free for every single person to use. Trailhead. By now, you should have all heard of Trailhead. If you didn't, you are just not looking around, okay? But something interesting, I met with about 15 small businesses on Tuesday, and a lot of these execs were saying, look, we're using Trailhead, it's great, but I wanna know who's taking what trails. Have you ever thought that? And I was like, oh my God, I have an answer. We have an app for that. It's called the Trail Tracker. If you're not using it, download the app. Right now, you can start assigning trails to your employees and tracking them. So there's things like that. There's things that are there that you probably don't know about. Our help portal, 24 million questions being asked and answered every single month. And our community, who's a member of the community? Raise your hand. Oh, there were some claps. Those are happy community members. Okay, let's do the flip side. Who is not a member of the community? Raise your hand. Oh, only you. That sucks. Everybody else is a member. Well, for you, just you alone, I'm gonna tell you that there's 300,000 people that are in the community, that there's Salesforce experts, and there's people just like you getting best practices. So for you alone, I'm gonna go ahead and open up that door and ask you to walk in. Today's the day you join the community. Sound good? Okay, he's in. 300,001 community members. Well, for all of you who are in the community and for you, I'm gonna tell you a great way that you can use all these free tools. Releases. Now, we do 3 releases a year, 19 years, that's 57. I almost said 56, but we have another one coming up. That's 57 releases. That's 1 million features. That is something we pride ourselves on, constant innovation, right? Is that how you feel? Well, if you're being truthful, I've talked to some customers and they've said, yes, I love the innovation, but it can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes that could be a lot. I might have just finished my last release, or I don't know what's in this next release. Or sometimes I hear from admins, thank you for those 300 pages of release notes. I mean, every meeting I go to, they are so thankful, right? I know, there's a lot of information, but that's because we know you need this information to be successful. However, let me give you some tips so that this next winter release can be even better. How do you get the most innovation out of it? 1, join the Release Readiness Chatter Group. 40,000 people are there. They're just like you. They're going through the release, and they're experiencing, asking questions, sharing answers. There's also Salesforce experts who, if you have a question, they'll tell you how to do it. 2, get a release readiness org. If you're doing all of this testing in your main environment, you probably aren't happy. So get a release org. Here you can play with innovation, see what's right for you, see what you're ready for. And last but not least, I want you to follow a Salesforce MVP. The MVPs are like the Salesforce ninjas. They have gone through the releases, they know how to get the most out of the innovation, and they want to help you. Like they do, these people are great. Follow them, and they're gonna help you be successful in the release. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys 4 tips, because I'm gonna introduce you to a 6-time award-winning MVP, Mrs. Amber Boas. Come on up, Amber. And she dances. Okay, but that, six times.
Yeah.
How does someone become a 6-time award-winning MVP?
It's an in-depth process. So I'm a little over the top, for those of you who know me. Little over the top.
That's why we love you.
Yeah. I'm a user group leader. I participate in the community events like Southeast Dreamin' and Witness Success. I run Salesforce Saturday with my mom. Hi, Mom.
Oh,
She's watching.
hi, Mom.
She's watching the live stream. And she better be.
She can watch the repeat.
Spending time with release notes, spending time on answers, spending time on Twitter. I love this community. I love the people in it. It really feeds my soul.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, no, you got this.
Not gonna cry on the main stage.
It's okay, we'll do that after. Okay. So, this room of people wants to know, what tools should they be using? What advice do you offer them?
So for every learning style, there's a tool out there. Some people are just readers, read the documentation, read the release notes. Great.
300 pages. And I love them. I love them, yeah.
Pages. More power to you. If that's your jam, great. Some folks want videos and interactive. Trailhead is great for that. For some folks, they want to talk to a human and vet things. That's a community group is a great place to do that. So there really is kind of something for everybody. You just have to figure out what works best for you. Some of us do all of them.
Do you have a favorite?
See, that's like picking a favorite kid. I can't do that, Jamie. I'm sorry. I can't do that for you.
So I'm not going to say my favorite kid. So you don't have to say your favorite tool. Okay, all right. Well, Amber is, obviously you're an active member of Salesforce.
Yes.
But for the room to know, recently with the Idea Exchange, we had an advisory board because we know we want to invest and do better. So Amber came out with a bunch of other folks and gave us feedback. And then, when they left that meeting, they sent an email to Mark Benioff. Going right to the top, Amber.
Oh yeah, no, we don't start at the bottom.
And the email said, you know what, this was great, but we also want to give you more input on support, right? We need an advisory board for support.
Yep.
So now Amber's a member of our support advisory board. Yes. Ask and you shall receive. But even more importantly, I think what I want everyone in the room to know is we hear you. We hear you and everyone else. We have to continuously invest in our own support innovation and how we're supporting each one of you. So I'm very happy to announce today that we are launching Ask Blaze, your own personal success guide powered by Einstein, right in the help and training portal.
Nice.
You can go ahead and clap. People can clap. I like it to clap.
Sounds amazing.
Right? So what is it? We can walk around, by the way.
Let's go over here.
Use the whole cloud.
Whole cloud.
Okay, so what do you get here? You get interactive support and guidance 24/7, immediate answers to your questions, and my favorite, we're using Einstein, so we can give you proactive recommendations based on insights from your data and from other people who are doing things just like you. Should we take a look?
Yes, let's do it. I want to see.
Let's go to the demo. Oh, we're in the community. This is what the community looks like to my one friend. This is it. So you can see here we're in the help and training portal. We're logged in as Amber.
That's me.
Yes. So Amber, what feature do you want to learn more about?
So for the Winter 19 release, I really want to know more about Einstein Prediction Builder. Can we look at that?
Yeah. Go ahead and ask Blaze.
All right.
And look, Blaze is
Ooh, nice.
Blaze, see here, has found an article for you.
Okay.
And it's a knowledge article, but if you click in, here you can instantly see access to video, recommended trails, everything that you need right here. No searching.
Very cool.
No case deflection, one answer.
That's great.
Good.
But what if I want to implement this right now? How do I do that?
Well, why don't you ask Blaze?
Blaze.
Oh.
Well, I want to know more about Admin Assist.
Well, one thing happened there. It went real quick, but I'm going to tell you guys. Blaze was able to recognize that Amber was a Premier customer.
I am.
So the next thing with a Premier, yes, Blaze.
Darn
All right, well, we got that one right. So what happened there is Blaze recognized Amber was a Premier customer and then proactively recommended Admin Assist. I bet a lot of you in this room are Premier customers. Yes? I guess? You can get excited. We love our Premier customers. And I'm going to tell you something. How do you get the most out of Premier? Well, one, you have access to Admin Assist, which is basically the ability to outsource admin functions to a Salesforce expert. So, yes, Einstein Prediction Builder, if you don't want to do it, okay, right here with Field Service Lightning, we're proactively surfacing up times and Salesforce experts.
So Monday after Dreamforce's expense report day, can we do it Tuesday?
Anything you'd like.
Yeah, Tuesday at 1 would be perfect.
You can sleep in that day.
Awesome.
So look at that right there. Using Field Service Lightning, we're able to proactively suggest something for Amber to do, give her the ability to schedule an appointment right in the help and training portal, and give her access to an expert on her own time.
Love it.
But that's not all. Now, if we go to the future, which is exciting, if you go to her email, thank you for chatting with me, Blaze. So this is Amber's email on her phone. You can see we send a follow-up, all the things that we just talked about. Right. But also, here's your new customer success score.
It went up.
And it went up. Yes. So you can see what you're doing and how it's, yeah, that is awesome. She is so pumped about that score. But this is the future of support, and this is how we're investing and how we're listening to your feedback and putting it into place.
I love it.
So thank you, Amber. Round of applause, everyone, for Amber. Yes. Woo. Okay. I hope you guys got a couple tips there of things that you could be doing to learn more and how we can teach you on your journey. But let's go now to the second chapter of this keynote, one of my favorite, where we're going to teach you more about how you can drive adoption across your entire organization. And to do that, I'd like to welcome to the stage my friend and colleague, SVP of Success Cloud Product and Innovation, Tony Colon.
Thank you, JB. So I meet with hundreds of customers a year. Many of you in the room. Some of you are friendly. Sometimes you're not so friendly. Sometimes you're not so happy with the outcomes. So what I'm here to talk about is really how to drive adoption and unlock business value faster. One of the ways to do that is through our Architect program. You all know and love our Salesforce architects. Is anyone using our Architect today? I know there's more. All right. So our architects are what we call the PhDs of Salesforce. We have a new type of architect, which we call an implementation architect. These are individuals with expertise on specific clouds. I'm here to tell you a quick story about Puppet. Puppet is based in Portland. They're a small open source software company, and they were looking at implementing Salesforce CPQ. As many of you know, that's one of our newer products through an acquisition of Steelberg. And there's not a lot of domain expertise. And they were trying to implement very quickly. And they were doing a self-implementation. But they needed some help. They needed access to quick guidance for the roadmap. And they also needed help from Salesforce. And actually, that's when they contacted John, who, John, is your claim to fame, is actually sitting right here in the audience, because he helped drive faster adoption and a much quicker implementation with Puppet. So thank you, John. Another resource that all of you have access to is Premier. You heard Jamie and Amber talk through Admin Assist, talk through some of our accelerators, and they go from getting started all the way through driving centers of excellence. One of my favorites is Admin Assist. I won't touch that topic because it was already covered quite a few times, so thank you. But what I do want to highlight is an individual, and that's our individuals who are success managers. And here we have Maria, who just so happens is also sitting right here. And Maria joined Salesforce, and her story is amazing because she told me that the reason she came to Salesforce was to drive customer success. She worked for a different software company, and they were not really focusing on customer success. She has a great story where she worked with Visa, and she's been driving their mobile adoption, mobile-first platform. And sometimes you're doing a bunch of work, you don't really know if it's being recognized, and all of a sudden Maria gets an email from our CEO, Mark Benioff. And Mark goes, I was so proud to meet with this Visa CEO where he said, thank you. I run my business from my phone. And all the kudos went to you, Maria, so congrats to you. So we've talked about our implementation architects and our success managers, but what can you do right now, not right now, but after you leave here? And the first thing is, and it sounds so simple and so basic, and that is setting up designated contacts. As you've heard, we've got 19 years of best practices to share with you, but 70%, let that sink in, 70% of you have not set up contacts within Salesforce. So we don't know who the trailblazers are within your organization. The next, again, we've talked about Trailhead. Take the introduction to accelerators. That is one of our most important ways to driving adoption. And then finally, one of my favorite things to do throughout the year is attend a circle of success. These are all throughout the world, city by city, where we share things from lightning all the way through user adoption. So I also want to tell you a quick story about PwC. PwC, you may all know and love as a system integrator, but they are also a very big customer. They're a 200,000 person organization in 158 countries who are driving a major transformation. But what you may not know is they're also being disrupted. With the advent of artificial intelligence, machine learning, on a people-based business, they have to change, they have to adapt. So what better way to tell a story than to bring up my friend, Christine Robertson. She is a partner at PwC and head of communication, marketing, and sales. Welcome to the stage. Oh, there are a lot of PwC people here.
There's a few fans, yeah. Hi,
Thank you, Christine. So you've done 100,000 implementations or more. You're a consulting firm, you know what you're doing. How and why did you leverage this project differently within PwC?
Tony, as you know, this was a mission-critical transformation for us. We've got a global vision to be a digitally enabled firm, and we invested in Salesforce to change how we engage in the market. So we really had to take a step back and look at what we know from past implementations that we've done, as well as what we see with our clients, which is that most of these transformations fail, and they usually fail because of a lack of adoption. So we decided we had to put our people first ahead of the technology. And we recognized a couple fundamental things that have really proved out for us over the course of the last 18 months. The first is that people are different. So those traditional one-size-fits-all training and communication approaches don't work. We needed to look at our key roles within the organization and hear from them where were they going to get value out of Salesforce. And we used that to build out our adoption plan as well as our solution. We also recognize people get bored. They don't want to sit in a training course, so we really had to look at how can we make things immersive and fun to support them. We also know that people expect technology to be easy to use. We've invested in Salesforce. How can we give them tools right within the platform so that they get the support they need right in context when they need it? And finally, we recognize that people don't change overnight. So we've all been part of projects or seen projects that project gets implemented, project team goes home, big excitement, and then it really falls off right away. So we had to prepare for the journey. And we did that by creating a campaign. And we created a campaign around the one thing that we all share in common, which is we want to be smarter about our clients and smarter for our clients. So we've called it Client IQ. And it's really been creating a movement, making people care, and then helping them learn.
So Client IQ is one of the most transformational products I've seen in a while that a customer built. So. And what better way to show it than let's see a demo. So tell us what we're seeing, Christine.
Well, this is our live PwC instance of Salesforce. And what you see here on the Client IQ tab, again, embedded right within Salesforce, is really our adoption strategy on a page. We started with bucketing the 3 things that all of our people are looking to change their behaviors to get more value and be better in their roles. So establishing and winning pursuits, managing relationships, and deriving insights. And then right from here, people can get the help that they might need. So if they're wondering, how am I going to get value out of Salesforce? They can watch one of the videos and again, see something in action. And also for people who are either new in their roles or need that help, they've got in-app learning that they can use. So for example, if I was new to the organization, haven't done this before, I right here, right now can click on Create an Opportunity. And the in-app learning, as I enter in the opportunity, is going to let me know, yeah, I'm filling it in correctly, I'm filling in everything I need to. I can click on Check My Form, completed everything, and this has also really helped us with getting better data quality and getting consistent behaviors throughout our organization.
So let me pause there. Just about everybody here has created an opportunity. What you're doing here is making that first experience for the sales rep the best experience. You're ensuring data quality, which is always a challenge, and ensuring that the system's smart enough to understand and check the form and tell the user how to do it. So tell me what we're going to see next.
So once I click Save, so again, as someone who's new, I might be wondering what else can I do or what should I do next? So I'm encouraged to create a task or go to Chatter, do something else. But I'd like to show you the leaderboard. So part of Client IQ, we've leveraged Heroku to help us with calculating. So as people are doing the behaviors that we need to get the business outcomes, their points grow. And we also are a very competitive culture, the Type A personalities, and so we've also tapped into that to leverage the gamification. And you'll see from that 25 points I got from creating an opportunity, my points have gone up, and you'll see from the tens of thousands of points our people have that it's working.
Henry's really active, huh?
Yeah.
So I heard a rumor that you guys are very, very, very competitive. I've worked with you for a couple of years now. What are your execs doing to compete against each other?
Well, something that was, again, really important to us was to provide our leaders with insight so they could see what people were doing and where they might need to provide support. So if you click on the executive dashboard here, we've used Einstein, and we've worked with our success team at Salesforce to build out this dashboard. So I can see, first of all, before we get to the ROI that we're all looking to get, the business value, first of all, are people using the platform? So are they going in and using it? Our leaders can see it. And right away from our launch, it was interesting, we launched our US and UK firms within 2 weeks of each other. And so there was a big competition from the US who came after, like, we're gonna be better than the UK. And so it was really good. It got that, again, initial excitement. Once we've got the usage, then we also want to look at how are people engaging, are they collaborating, and then finally we can look at sales volume, other business KPIs, and we've seen, again, just early success in this last year. Our US and UK firms have both seen a 30% increase in visibility to their pipeline, and we've also seen a 22% increase in won opportunities.
It's not bad if you're a sales leader. So the other thing I would just everyone wants to know is, what are you going to do next? It looks like you've done some amazing work, but I'm sure there's always room for growth.
We're continuing to roll out. So we've currently got 55,000 active users in 50 countries, and we have more to go. So we've now got our right recipe to roll it out, so we're going to keep going. In 2 weeks, our colleagues in Europe are joining us, so we'll be about 65,000. And we're also focused, again, now on this big community, and how can we both use more automation, so things like we're looking at Journey Builder to help us with adoption journeys. And we're also looking, again, how can we give our people more insights? What else can we do with Einstein, looking at proofs of concepts with Discovery? And so it's just really about insights and automating more.
Christine, thank you. Hug it out.
Hug it out.
Thank you. All right. Round of applause. Great, great, amazing work with Team PwC and Team Success Cloud. So we heard the amazing story of PwC, not just as a customer, but they're also a system integrator. We have thousands of system integrators leveraging and implementing every single day on our platform. One of the things that makes this ecosystem so great and the best ecosystem in all of software is our commitment and our relentless pursuit of your customer success. So with that, in our next chapter on how to transform, I'd like to bring back to the stage Jamie Dominici.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. It's me again. Okay, now the third chapter. It's all about transformation. Don't give me that look. I know some of you are thinking, I'm not here to transform. I'm just trying to roll out a sales pipeline. You were smiling. You might have thought that. But don't do that anymore, because think about it. Our customers are changing. Oh, I'm throwing off the camera guy. I'll go back. Okay, not supposed to go back there. Okay, so think about this though. Our customers are changing. There's a great quote from Mark Benioff that says, look, our job as companies is to get to the future faster. We have to get to the future, and we actually have to greet our customers there. Right? And that's kind of a powerful thing. We have to know what's coming, get ahead of it, and then make it so when our customers get there, they're feeling good. And that's kind of a situation that a lot of us are in. And it doesn't matter how big or small of a company you are, this is something we all have to think about. And customers come to us every day trying to figure out how to do this. And good news, we can help them. Most customers come to us and they start here. They're thinking about technology, and it's a great place to start, right? Thinking about all of your systems and your structures and the processes that you need to put in place to change. Unilever was thinking, how do I bring all those customers together, all those touch points into my platform? That's a good place to start. But the thing is, if that's all you think about, it's not gonna work. Look at the tree, right? What is missing from this picture? Oh, she got it. It was you. Yay. She said it. She said roots. Customers tend to focus on what they can see. But the customers who are transforming successfully, they're thinking about the things that you can't see. Thinking about those human, intangible, those cultural factors, the people, right? You could buy all of the technology in the world, but if you are not empowering your employees to want to use the technology and adapt and embrace the change, this will not work. Sorry if you were hoping it would, but it's not. So a lot of companies come to us and they say, well, you guys have been pretty successful. You're a digital company, you're customer-centric, and you've been around for 20 years, so something's working. How are you doing it? And the reality is we're looking at the things above the ground. We're thinking about our technology, the platform, our success teams, as Brian mentioned, and Trailhead. All of these are investments in our technology, in our processes. But really, one of the secret sauces to Salesforce is all those things you can't see. You know, we have something called the V2 Mom, where every single employee, starting from Mark, 35,000 people around the entire world, we align on one vision that we stream through the company. That allows those 35,000 people to work together towards a goal. And that's not all. We have a company built on transparency. Like, we're real transparent. So, you know, when we have our leadership meetings and you have 500 people to come together, in the old days or in a lot of companies, you just keep that closed doors. Not at Salesforce. We share everything. So those are streamed to the entire company. You know, we try and break down those barriers and empower every employee. And that's how we're focusing on the culture. And it's by focusing on the technology and the culture together, that's been key to our success. If you're thinking, well, that seems like a lot. How do I do that? Well, the good news, we do this every day with customers. And we have our team of experts who are skilled at helping customers transform. Our experienced designers, they help you build the vision. Sometimes that's hard, actually even thinking, what do I want to do? How am I going to get there? What does that look like when I tie it to technology? And using design-led principles, they can help you. And then once you have this vision, you got to build it, right? And our architectures, they help you build out your very own data architecture and the structures and implementation and the best practices, the roadmap, everything that you need to get to that finish line. And our innovation executives, these are the experts that have been through implementation after implementation, transformation after transformation. They can help you know best practices of how to make it through that transformation. We can help you. But let me give you some tips of how to get started. 1, take the digital transformation trail. Easy way to get started. 2, sign up for a Design Center of Excellence Accelerator. If you have Premiere, you can meet, I'm so sorry, the camera guy, I'm just totally messing you up. Going back over here. Okay, sign up for that accelerator so then you can meet one-on-one with an expert and they can help you get started. And last but not least, every customer meeting I've had this week, they've said, what is everyone else doing? You know, tell me what my peer is doing. What is the best practice? Please, benchmark, help me. Read the North Star report. Yes, she wrote it. So Stacey Torman is very pumped on this plug, as she should be, because we interviewed over 100 customers. We got their best practices. We've learned what they've done, how they've transformed above and below the ground, and it's all in a report accessible to everyone today. Go check it out. Okay, he's gonna read it. I feel it. He's pumped, right? Woo! Yes. Okay, let's talk about a customer who has gone on their own transformation, Thomson Reuters, who's helping 10 million professionals find and get answers every single day. Huge company working across 100 different countries. And you know what? They were kind of knocked on the side by the fourth industrial revolution. Customers wanted something else from them. They wanted more. They wanted them to transform. They wanted them to act like a B2C company when they were been operating as a B2B. So together we partnered and they've been on an incredible journey. And to tell you about it, I'd like to welcome their CTO, Rob Noon-Smith, to the stage. Round of applause for Rob. Rob.
Beautifully said.
I got the last name.
She's been practicing that.
Could have gone wrong, but it didn't. And we acknowledged it in front of all of you. So Rob, tell everybody, your customer changed. I kind of set it up, but tell everybody, how did they change, and what did you have to do as a company to change with them?
Sure, so for those of you that know the Thomson Reuters story, you'll know that we've had digital products for decades. They've been the leading products in the markets they serve. They help millions of professionals around the world make business decisions every day. The decisions that matter most to them, they're relying on our data, our content, on our insight. So we have huge amounts of technology and a lot of experts that power all of those products every day. But over those decades, customer experience expectations have massively shifted. And we're in a situation where we became too complex for our customers and for our employees to do business with us and to get things done.
Okay, see, he needed to get to the future for the customer. I understand. Okay, so this is kind of how we mapped out together what journey you guys went on to transformation. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you had to do to actually make this move?
So we've got, we're a large company, very global, spread around the world. We have experts, lots of experts in the things that they do. We have lots of focus and a lot of investment into our core products. As the shift has happened in terms of people being much more focused on the customer experience, we needed to essentially unfreeze our organization and work very differently across departments and functions and encourage people to focus on a customer experience outcome rather than the outcome of the particular P&L of their department.
Okay, so you had to become more customer-centric.
So one of the ways in which we partnered with Salesforce on their advisory practice is to have people that have lived and breathed that at Salesforce, agility at scale, agility in a digital business across the globe. We needed to change lots of our customer journeys. As we did that, obviously, lots of dynamic things happening in the company. So the ability to partner with Salesforce, to have trusted advisors working alongside our teams, coaching our teams, our talented individuals, and introducing new partners into that ecosystem to work together at scale. And then when business needs changed, adapted, or we had more individuals in our team that were able to take on those roles, they'd swap out some functions and bring in different functions as we went after the next objective, to really scale the whole thing out as quickly as possible, but while being a key advisor to our teams and driving our teams to new heights.
That's exactly what we want to do. We want to be your partner. We want to be your trusted advisor. And we want to help you get there faster. So did it work out?
So far, so good. We've really shifted our customer experience scores, have shifted for each of the 2 years that we've been working in this mode. We've shifted more of our revenue away from a B2B, person-to-person type of interaction onto digital channels, but we have much more to do together.
Awesome. Well, we're on the journey together. But you know what? We've been on the journey for a while.
Indeed.
We've been on it for 15 years, right? We've been working with Salesforce and Thomson Reuters for 15 years, doing lots of exciting things. And I just would like to thank you and celebrate you and welcome you to the COA Club.
Cheers, thank you.
That is going to be
they want to take a photo over there.
Oh, yes, selfies. You should be in it. Awesome. Well, thank you. Enjoy getting that back on the airplane.
River Thames, here I come.
Thank you. Round of applause for Rob, everybody. And so Thomson Reuters has been using Salesforce for 15 years. We've most recently gone on this transformation journey with them. And the way that they did it was with our Envision team. Actually, our Envision team, who's right here. Round of applause for our team, Stuart, Paula, and Aubrey. The thing is, oh, well, you're not wearing your vest, so sorry. Just kidding. So, no, but this team went on the journey with Thomson Reuters. And what they do with an Envision is after you buy Salesforce, you have all of these endless possibilities. Our team can come on site, embed into your company, and help get you guys together. Right? Help you align on the vision and the art of the possible and the execution, right? Using this design-led experiences, we can partner with your exec team to help you build out what your system could and should look like. And they have best practices because they've done it time after time after time. Would anybody in the room like an Envision? I mean, some people give away cars or trips, but we're going to give away a transformation for your company. Sound good? Okay. Well, one lucky winner should look under their seat right now, because if you won, your boss is going to love you. Because we are going to bring an entire Salesforce expert team on site. Oh, here you go. Congratulations. And I know that you are already in the community, so this is going to be a whole nother world for you. But we're part of your company. We're going to go on this transformation together, and we're super excited. So thank you, and thank all of you. If you'd like to learn more, there's a Success Lodge that's over above the Metreon. Someone's been there, and they're pumped. It is super fun. Go over there. You can meet with experts, but you don't only have to learn at Dreamforce. We have circles of success around the world every day where you can meet with your peers, or you can go online to learn more. And with that, I'd like to thank everybody and have a great rest of your day.